Hi folks, Trisha Curtis, CEO of PetroNerds and host of the PetroNerds podcast. It is Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. We're seeing oil prices get absolutely obliterated. Oil prices are sitting at 75 and change for WTI. I say obliterated because we've come off 94 and change. You know, a $20 drop from September 27th. And a lot's going on with that. We're seeing Brent at under 80 bucks at 79 and change. And this is despite two ongoing hot wars, the Israel-Hamas war and the war in Ukraine. And lots of tensions going on within the South China Sea with the Philippines, with China. So we have a lot of geopolitical angst out there, and it's not being baked into oil prices. So I think, one, you've got thin crude oil trading, and two, you have a lack of understanding by the traders in what's going on. So when we saw that initial run up in oil prices, a lot of that had to do with folks that just weren't present in the oil market, and so they were getting back in, hedge funds. And then before we had the Israel-Hamas war, right before, we saw oil prices come down, and that part of it was because we were looking at a rapprochement between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Now, obviously, the war happened, and partly probably because of that, we no longer have this rapprochement between Israel and Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia was thinking of adding 1 million barrels a day back on the market. But now we're seeing Brent under $80 a barrel, and this is after Saudi Arabia came out this week and reiterated that they were committed to their supply cuts and they're keeping oil production at 9 million barrels per day. We are producing over 13 million barrels per day. The U.S. is at record high, all-time 13 million barrels a day of oil production, which is just incredible, especially given the rig count, the recovery that we never saw the same amount of rigs come back after COVID. So these rigs are just doing a lot more with less. It's a phenomenal story. But that being said, there's so much going on. And the latest podcast, the one that's going to drop this week, is my presentation to the Denver Association of Petroleum Landmen. It is a around the world tour. It is fantastic. It's going to keep you up to speed and up to date on everything. I will be speaking tomorrow at the Denver Earth Resources Library, of which I'm on the board, on a panel with Andrew Haney of Nickel Road Operating, Daniel Seaver with Fundare Resources, and Chris Atherton, the CEO of EnergyNet. And I will be headed to Dallas tomorrow night to speak at the CFA Investor Summit. So with all that, hope to see you guys and talk to you soon, folks. Bye.